Well, it might appear as though I'm standing inside some kind of medieval prison cell. I'm not, but I can tell you it's kind of starting to feel that way. Good Marc TV morning. I am here what will eventually be my swimming pool. Now right now, as you can see, it's still just a big concrete hole in the ground. And here's what's interesting, is this project was started more than a month ago. And it really shouldn't have taken this long to get to this point. I mean, really, I should be standing underwater right now doing this video with you, but it's far from done. And the weather has had some impact on it. It's been one of the rainiest springs and early summers on record. But here's what's interesting is there's been many instances when I believed that the subcontractor should be here, that there should be guys laying brick and doing landscaping and whatever it takes to finish this job, and there's been no one here. And I've reached out to the company we hired to do the pool, and this guy has always had a reason or an excuse as to why the subcontractors haven't been able to show up. Now, why I think this is relevant to you is because so many industries and so many companies, and yours might be one of them, use subcontractors, or you might offer a specific type of service and you can't do everything yourself, so you sub some of it out to trades that specialize in certain things, whether it be putting cement or bricklaying inside pools, or doing graphic design, websites, whatever it is. Now, what's important to understand is that those subcontractors have an incredible amount of influence as to the relationship that your customer will have with you. Now, in some industries, or depending on the setup, some customers or clients may not even have direct contact with your subcontractors, and in other cases they do. In the case of the pool here, I see all the subs coming in, I've gotten to know them by name. But the quality of service they provide me has little impact on my relationship with them, but a great deal of influence on the relationship I have with the contractor himself, the company I hired to do all of this. I mean, he's the one I'm paying. I'm not paying the subs directly. So when a subcontractor slacks or doesn't do a good job or decides that they're going to just not show up, it has an impact on my relationship with the guy I hired to do the job. Now, if there's something I want you to pull out of this, it's this one thing, that the customer, your customer, should have a smooth journey from start to finish, from the time they contact you to the time the project is done. Makes sense, right? But when you bring in subcontractors, in many cases, it's easy to direct any issues that arise back to them. You can say, well, we haven't finished on time because they're busy, or the quality of work isn't quite there because they're new, or whatever. It's really easy for you as a contractor or a consultant or whatever you do to point to them and kind of give them the blame. The fact is, it all lands on your lap, all right? This is about your relationship with your customer. And it doesn't matter who the subs are. It doesn't matter what they do to what capacity. It's up to you to ensure that your relationship with your customer is strong and remains that way. And if those subs are screwing up, you need to get on their asses and you need to make sure that they do what they need to do in accordance with the way you want it done. So if you're able to do this, then you can better maintain that quality of relationship. Now, in the case of my pool here, my contractor is kind of slacking in my eyes because he's allowing the subcontractors to decide what level of service I'm going to receive, instead of saying that he has a certain level of service way up here and it's up to the subcontractors to raise the bar to keep that level of service going through the entire experience. Instead, he's letting things go down. Their quality of service is here. He'd like to believe his level of service is here, but you know what? It always goes down to the lowest common denominator. When you bring in subs, the worst service that a subcontractor provides to your client, or has an impact in affecting the entire transaction process with your client, when they're unhappy, your level of service goes down as well. That's how it works. Everything's measured based on the lowest level of service. So my advice to you is this: you gotta not only choose your subcontractors carefully, but you gotta stay on top of them. You have to ensure that they are into making you as happy as you are making your clients happy. And if you can do that, then you're gonna get some nice synergy, you're gonna bring a lot of business to your subcontractors, and most importantly, you're gonna have happy and loyal customers. So I hope you're able to pull something out of this, and well, eventually I hope to do another video with you, standing perhaps right where I am now, which will likely be underwater. But, well, until then, I'm Mark Gordon. You've been watching Marc TV, and I don't know, I'm just going to wait for this pool to fill up.